watch this. Let me ask you this. Are there broken families, broken homes amongst black people here in Minneapolis? Broken hearts, broken families. So why is it? Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to show you why biblically the Bible is the history book, the culture book, the book of heritage for the children of Israel. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. When I say the children of Israel, I'm talking about these people right here. So when I say black, I'm talking about Judah, American blacks. I'm talking about Benjamin, West Indians. I'm talking about Levi, Haitians. I'm talking about Hispanics and Native Americans. This is what I'm talking about. Watch this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto
If thou will slow down. If thou will not, and you got it. It says what?
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
God said if the children of Israel would not hearken or listen unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
to observe, to do all his commandments,
to observe, to do all his commandments,
and his statutes,
which
I command thee this day.
Come on.
That all these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
Is a curse a good or a bad thing? A bad thing, right? All these curses
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these curses would come upon the children of Israel and overtake the children of Israel. Now you mentioned drugs. Drugs are all over our communities, right? Watch this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 59. Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sickness,
and
of long continuance.
And of long continuance, go ahead.
Moreover, he shall bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in this book of the law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
Watch this. God said, I'm going to bring all these diseases and sicknesses amongst you. I asked you about why are we broken? You said drugs and a broken family. I want you to think about something. Our people that suffer from drugs, let's say something as simple as smoking weed. What are the diseases that come from damaging your lungs, smoking weed, smoking cigarettes? What are the diseases that come from that? Cancer, emphysema, asthma, bronchitis, all these things. All these diseases come from smoking cigarettes, smoking weed. Are those not the two top things that black people do to try to cope with the brokenness? Because you mentioned brokenheartedness. You mentioned being brokenhearted, right? You said that verbatim. Watch this. Because you can't read about cancer in the Bible. You don't read about bronchitis in the Bible or asthma in the Bible. That's why God said, if you break my commandments, I'm going to send all these diseases amongst you. All these broken homes, all these baby mamas and baby daddies, the one-night stands. What diseases come of that? Come from that? You start doing one-night stands and all that. What kind of diseases come from that? Syphilis, AIDS, herpes. You can't read about syphilis, AIDS, or herpes in the Bible. You don't read those words in the Bible. That's why God said everything, all the diseases that are not written in this book, that's what you're going to get for breaking my commandments. Said something so heavy. I don't even think you realize what you just said. We're going to read it out the Bible. Read that saying 61 and 1. Yep, watch this.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 61, verse 1.
Come on.
The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings.
Matter of fact, hold that. Get Luke 4. Let's read it in Luke 4. Because Jesus Christ, what does Jesus Christ look like? You're not sure. Okay. Watch this. Luke chapter 4, verse 18.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 18. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me.
So these are red letters. This is Jesus Christ speaking. Luke chapter 4, verse 18, the New Testament. Read this.
The Spirit of the Lord is upon me.
So Jesus said the Spirit of the Lord is upon him, right? Come on.
Because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor.
He said, Jesus Christ said he was anointed to preach the gospel to the poor. Who's the poor in Minneapolis? We are the poor in Minneapolis. Hold this. Get Isaiah. Give me poor. Let's prove out of the Bible who the poor is. Let's prove out of the Bible who the poor is. Come on.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 32.
Come on.
What shall one then answer the messengers of the nation? That the Lord hath formed Zion, and the poor of his people shall trust in it.
The people of Zion are the poor of his people. Right here. These are the poor that Christ said he came for. Go back to Luke. Read it again.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 18.
Watch this.
The Spirit of the Lord is upon me,
Because
he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor.
preach the gospel to the poor. Those that ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Those that are on Section 8 welfare, WIC. Those that don't know their race, their nationality. Those that don't know who their God looks, what their God looks like. We are the poor. Poor in spirit. Not just poor for a lack of money and resources. Yeah, we're poor for a lack of money and resources, but we're poor for a lack of knowledge. A lack of knowledge of who we are. Not realizing that we're the greatest thing walking the face of the planet. Right. Not realizing that our God looks like us. That's why we're poor.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.